Model A was built for 4 years, 1928 to 1931.
Yeah.
And basically they were pretty much the same car, but many different body styles.
Great.
Take a look at the end here. Is a 1931 Roadster. It doesn't have any windows. It has a rumble seat. It was Ford's idea of a sports car back then.
Yeah.
It runs the same engine and drivetrain as all these Model A's. Frame and the drivetrain were interchangeable in all these cars. That's the way he mass-produced them.
Yeah.
And was able to sell. That car sold brand new for about $465. A luxury car of the time, a Packard or a Cadillac, they were probably in the $3,000 price range. So it was a very economical car for the average person to buy. It replaced the Model T.
Yep.
The Model T was out. 27 was the last year. And Henry Ford called this the new Ford. It was a big step over the Model T.
Yeah.
This is a 1930 coupe. As you can see, it has roll-up windows. It came either with a rumble seat or a trunk.
Yeah.
This got you out of the weather.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When it was raining or snowing, at least you were a little bit warmer. You see a little bit different in the radiator shell grills. This is a 1929. 2829s had this shaped radiator. 3031s had a little taller radiator.
Okay. Great.
This next car is what they call a slant windshield. It's a late 31. It was the last of the Model A's.
Yeah.
Most Model A closed cars had sun visors over the top of the window to cut the sun down.
Yeah.
This model was the first Ford that had a sun visor that dropped down inside the car like cars have. They were a car that was mass-produced. They made about 4 million of them, 4.5 million. There's probably 1 million plus survive today.
Yeah.
During the Great Depression, it became a car that just kept running and running and running, and you could fix them inexpensively, and it survived. It just has it was an all-steel body with General Motors, Chevys, Plymouths had their bodies, their sheet metal was built around the wooden frame, so a lot of them rotted out and they didn't survive.
Yeah.
But you still can find Model A's in barns that have never been touched.
Really?
And restored.
Oh, wow.
Most of these cars that you see here have been redone.
Okay.
To pretty much the original factory specs.
Yeah.
The colors are all colors, the correct colors. Now the one difference was they all came out of the factory with black rims. Dealerships would paint the rims for an extra charge. They also all came out of the factory with black wall tires. White walls were an accessory at the dealer. That's how the dealers made extra money.
Oh, okay. So it's really preserving history as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's what we call, we drive the history. These cars are 80 plus years old, and they were made to be driven then, and we continue to drive them and show them and educate the public.
Great.
To also be able to enjoy what Model A is all about. They run a flathead 4-cylinder, 200 cubic inch, 40 horsepower. Top speed 45 to 55, but they run sweet between 35 and 40. That's, that's where they drive nicely.
Yeah.
Mechanical brakes. And people always said mechanical brakes don't stop, but if you maintain the car correctly, they'll stop just as quickly as hydraulic brakes.
Yeah.
One on the end is my Model A. My father bought that in 1970, and I started driving it in 1974. I have another one at home, which is a coupe, similar to this one, that I bought when I was in high school, and it's what we call barn fresh. It's never been touched. My goal is someday to get it roadworthy and either leave it as what we call a barn fresh original, because they're becoming harder and harder to find. But we'll see what happens. Restorations can take anywhere from 6 months to many, many years. It depends how much time you have to put in it. But a good restoration, if you stick with it, probably a year and a half to 2 years, depending upon what it needs. Most of us do all of our mechanical work on these cars. We get together as a club if somebody's having a problem and they don't know how to fix that. We'll get together and help out each other out. We exchange motors. We have a shop day every year, which is a safety shop day. We bring the cars in to a club member's garage and we go through all the mechanicals to make sure that they'll be safe on the road when they're coming touring season.
Great. Thanks.
And you don't necessarily need to own a car, just have a general interest. Most of our members do. And we get together during the summer touring season on weekends and go all over New England. We've been as far as Long Island, up to Canada, Maine, New Hampshire, Lake George, New York. And we do a lot of short tours as well, just 1